One of the current issues with Midjourney, if you're trying to design graphics or images, that multiple graphics and images that you'll be using in a series, for a website, for an illustrated book or something like that, is that if you repeat the same prompt, it will come up as a different image. Or if you just slightly change the prompt, it will bring up something completely different. So how can we make sure that the images that we are creating can be consistent? Here's a couple ways you can do that. First, let's start by creating a character. So what I'm going to do is imagine an illustration of a young boy about to go on an adventure. He is wearing a backpack. Show the full body. Character design. And we'll just leave it at that. Cool, so now we have these illustrations. These look pretty good. And I'm just gonna go for one right now. You could adjust it, you could create variations, but what I'm going to do is upscale this one image right here. So this one looks pretty good. So our next step would be to type in imagine, and then I'm going to put the open bracket, close bracket with this image inside. So you could just simply drag and drop it there with the brackets. And then we're gonna say this boy walking away down the sidewalk, about to leave on an adventure. He looks excited. Now, while that one loads, that was sort of the basic way to do it, and it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be that great. Sometimes the images, they look a little bit different. They don't look exactly like this drawing, might be in a different style. So how can we prompt Midjourney to maintain that style? There's something called the seed. It's sort of like the reference code to a specific image and style that each image created has. And to get it, right now it's kind of a confusing process, but what you have to do is you have to react to this image. And the way you do that is by right-clicking, add reaction. You're not going to see envelope right here yet. You have to click view more and then do envelope and do the single envelope reaction. And what happens when you do that is that you actually get a message that shows, and you can see it here, that shows the seed number, okay? So keep that in mind, because now we see the results of that original image, and you can tell that like this character here doesn't look like the one. They're close, but they're not perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat that process with the seed. So imagine we're going to still take our original image, drop it in here, and we're going to do the exact same prompt, but we're also going to add -- seed and then the number, the seed number right here. Okay, simply put that in, and it should do a better job at matching the style and the character and the person, because it knows we're referencing that exact one, rather than what it's doing before is it's imagining a brand new image. It's trying to analyze this image that it created and then put it into the new scene that we prompted it. This one, it's actually referencing the backend data that it used to create that original image that we liked. And while this loads, I will say there is one that doesn't look exactly like it, and that is partly my mistake, but I've found that it will do this. Sometimes there's one or two that doesn't look exactly like it, but however, the other three look much more similar to this one right here. So this character right here, the top left, bottom right, so 1, 2, and 4 look much more similar. What I should have added was an illustration, because that would have been a little bit more of a specific prompt. So including the style that you want it to return, because if I would have put photorealistic image or any other style of artwork, it would have come back as something different. But maintaining the style that you prompted originally for your original character is super important to include in your follow-up prompts as well. And now we have a much better representation of this by adding that illustration. The style is very similar. A couple of these didn't follow the prompt of walking away down the sidewalk. You could add that walking away from camera. You could add all your detail, change the things like the aspect ratio or whatever else that you want. But here we have a much more consistent character than before. Play around with it. It's not perfect yet. I'm sure that as Midjourney improves, there's going to be techniques to improve the consistency of images. Have fun with this. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Have fun with Midjourney. If you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you in another lesson. Bye.